Hair okay? Not sticking out all over it.
Pull one of these mics to you. Might as well while we're at it too.
Getting light shining off that.
I was going to pull a mic closer to you if I could, but I don't have a whole lot of spare cable.
What are you doing?
Pulling your mic in
Oh,
so we get good feed for you. Let's try talking and let's see what kind of level I've got here. Go ahead and speak and let's see if we have a good level. We're going to do a personal view here. Go ahead.
Tlingit Culture, Katzeek, SOK, okay.
Go for it.
Anyat kusani. Gunal'cheesh shawe ade yayi de kunye yayi. Achtubu yak ka achtubu tichin. Yada khwasqeni. Shawe ya over ach ish hastan achtedi. Hastu ini ka kwasla at. Ka achlis ko has lukach adi. So ach klaaslis ko has akdeng taan. Ach da kanuku. Kiks adi. Ach zani has de shitan. Kas they ne di. Quash the swan. Kas the cut fly ne di. Gunal'cheesh. Ja je gaan kwakuti. Ja tutaan. Ja, Stuart was two, da goeie kwatla aat. Stuart was two. Chakudag. Ach lees kun ga kowakan dag. So ach lees aketch dag. Ach lees goe. So kak adif wasiti. Kun ga kowakan you do wasa. Ach lees ko a getch shan guke dichtiti. Ke klitdag. Kauti jae hit. Shis we hit. Ye weku ge ha hitki. Ja ki awe. Shoot was two da you got kwasa art. Ye we ya waka lees. Ach ina kawuni ge ja shoot was two da. Awe ta konachlitin. Ge ya waka. Konachlitin awe. Shu at was two. Shugu nakawe ye yak waka. Hat wukudi. Next wukudi wesha wat yak atwa u. Yak akwa u. Awe. Next wukudi awe. We at yak du slees kawe ye yak waka. Gunal'cheesh hati tuti. Gunal'cheesh yak kusani Gunal'cheesh ha nesli kikuti. Hatu wiyak hatu wisiku hatu wu. Konach sitsin. Ja ha hiti. That is too much. Gunal'cheesh. Yeah, we yak waka. We ka sleep. Ittacha we ye yak waka. Slingeta wewe. Slingeta wewe. Ka katuba ach. Ye ya na kemi awe. Klach konach. O ja. Du guckte. Du stod. O ye naki. Ye went da du name we janda Katzeek. Slingeta wewe. Ja, katutsike. ya Katzeek, yewe yakwaka kasiko. Ita ko awaye yakwaka Tlingit wewa ya Katzeek Tlingit ya Katzeek yewe kwa achli kaket ye yakwakaye ya Katzeek eka ya Katzeek Tlingit. Achewe kak ede kapis kak ede kapis ia kuske yewe ke okay. De itu ye yati I atwuskuwo. De itu ye yati I atwuskuwo. Itu juduwanak. Itu juduwanak I atwuskuwo. Ye awe kwa achlik unkakuwa kan ye yamukani. Ittachawe ye akwaka. Tlingit awewa Tlingit awewa Shaya kitane awesitsin ya atwune awesitsin. Ittach ye yawukai awe. So Jesu get the Katzeek city. Awe yeda yaduka. Tlingit awewa Tlingit awewa Wooch in ye jikachine. Wooch in ye jikine. Wooch in ye jikine. Awe ayis was kuda 16. Ya atwune 16. Ka achchi atsus 16. Awe wooch in ye jikine. Tlingit isati yich. Stakatat the what ke gochladzi. Ke gochladzi. Yisaku Tlingit it was to ye. Ye away at he Tlingit. Ye away at he Tlingit. Ye away a kawani a cleave. Kak eke kapis Kak eke kapis Ki ye in that ye. Ki ye in that ye. Ye away at waka a cleave. They call I'm going to speak to you in English on what I said here just briefly. Long ago, education was the most important part of us as being Tlingit people. And knowing that education was important, when the mother-to-be came walking into the tribal house, the grandmother would say, gunal'cheesh. The grandmother would say, thank you, precious child of the earth, for coming into our tribal house. The child is not even born yet. But the mother-to-be is bringing that child into the house, and the grandmother is making a big to-do about that child, choosing the home to come to, and she's saying, gunal'cheesh. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for choosing our home. Hatuwuyake, we are really happy. In reality, it's like we're really rejoicing. We're celebrating the fact that you have chosen our home to come to. This is the foundation of education. Being able to let this little child know that it's safe, it's coming into a place where it is anticipated, it is being honored, it is being respected, it is being acknowledged, it's being lifted up with words of kindness, greetings with love and joy. Hatu Wusiku, we are really happy, we're celebrating that you came to our home. And then they would say, you are a human being. Tlingit Culture. Tlingit Culture. You are a human being. And when they would say this, they would add to that phrase, you are a human being, the attributes of being a human being. And here's what they'd say. Ka katu wa ach. Ka katu wa ach. You are to listen. You are to pay attention. You are to be still, to be quiet, to become focused. Because that is the nature of a human being, to be able to be still and quiet and pay attention. Ye awe at Katzeek. This is how you're going to learn. You're going to learn by listening and paying attention, and being still is what really the grandparent was telling that little child that hasn't even been born yet. And then they would say to that little child, Tlingit Culture, Tlingit. They would acknowledge the knowledge that the child already has. They would say, you are an intelligent being. Yakutike. What a way to begin to teach a child, to let them know that they're intelligent. That took a time. If you learn to listen, to be still, to be quiet, to become focused, it's not going to be hard for you to learn. Yakutike, you are intelligent. Iyakuske yishichin. The knowledge, the ability to learn is strong within you. So the next thing they would say to that little child is, Tlingit Culture. You are a human being. You are to respect yourself. Ya atkatine. Ya atwune. To be respectful. To be respectful means you're going to listen, you're going to pay attention, you're going to be still. You're going to control yourself, discipline yourself. There's another word in education, discipline. Requires discipline. And so they would tell that child, that's what respect is. To learn to be patient, to be still, to be quiet, to be focused, and then to accept your intelligence. The teacher in the Tlingit educational system would come back to the very beginning. You're to listen on Yatko, a precious child of the earth. And then they would come back to what they just got through telling them, explaining what respect meant. They would tell them that you're intelligent, you have to accept it. You have to accept your intelligence, and not only acceptance, but become responsible for it. To become responsible for the intelligence that has been released in you as a little child. It is already in you. It was cool. That was cool. They'd come back again and they would say, there is so much intelligence in you. It's in your mind, body, soul, and spirit. It's all within you as a human being. That's what a human being is. They would come and then say, to respect it means to accept it, to become responsible for it. Adatute is respect, to be responsible for it. And so they would tell that little child that, and that doesn't only mean about yourself and others, it meant the entire environment, your family, your mother, your brother, your sister, your dad, your grandma, your aunt, your uncle, extended family members, at the community, and the entire environment and creation, if you please. We're to respect it. And so why was education the most important thing in our culture? In order for us to respect the fish, we have to know about the fish. If we don't know about the fish and its environment, we're more than likely to treat it disrespectfully. If we don't know about the tree people, Asquane, we're more than likely to mistreat the tree people. If we don't know about the Kwani, the salmon people, we're more than likely to treat the salmon people disrespectfully. So respect was very important, but respect meant to study, to learn, to comprehend, to look at, to evaluate, to assess all the different words that we could use. And this is where they would say, look at how Raven looks at things. So when they did that, Raven would look at things. And so our people talked about that, used Raven as an example of how Raven examined things inside and out, and the intelligence of that animal. So the next thing they would say, wooch in, yejikachine. Here it's plural, because no person is really left to themselves. We all need to learn to work together. And that goes to the word respect. If we don't know how to respect other people, we're going to have a hard time interacting with other people. So wuch'in is really, really important. And that didn't necessarily mean just human working together with the human population. It meant working together with the entire environment in balance. Balance. With the sakun upon Stuart was two. This is what we knew about education and how we were. Tuslaan teen, kusachan in, tu wissa good teen, a troch in. They would say, let's learn together with kindness, with love. Let's work together with joy, with happiness. wooch in wooch in and that included the environment. And so when our people were out there harvesting the fish a long time ago, when they're out there, they would say, or they would cheer, "Hoo, hoo, wee, gunal'cheesh, gunal'cheesh," maybe as they're picking the berries, maybe as they're harvesting here in this community the herring or the herring eggs or the seaweed. It was with joy and respect, celebrating the resource, respecting it, not overusing it, always doing things in balance. Adesichiniya, hakustiyi. Adesichiniya. So yegugang awayi in kahwani. Stakat at awa ayakwahe kupatiki. Stakat at. Everything has its spirit, a spirit within it. Everything, the entire environment, the earth, is immersed in its spirit. And it's a real spiritual world that we live in, but most of the time we're living in our brain as opposed to the spiritual aspect of our being as a human being. It's when a person is speaking from their heart, not from their head, but from their heart, that they touch the hearts of human beings who don't even know the language, because the one language that human beings have is a spiritual language. We all understand it, whether we are Tlingit, Haida, Tsimshian, Norwegian, Japanese, Chinese, Russian, German, Swiss, whatever we are. There's one language, and it is a spiritual one. That's how our people learned. That's how we learned about the Chakwani, the spiritual story about Shanakotla, or how disrespect hurts human beings in the story of Dukdut, the strong man story. Or how another man came and brought the salmon people back together, Wuchin, the name Wuch Haduha, bringing it back together, restoring the salmon people. Or the Asquani, Hasawuskun, Chakukau, Ayakwahego Kutiki. So we learned about the fish, we learned about the trees, we learned about the earth, we learned about the different animals, the water sources, the entire environment through a spiritual knowledge that is one language. And I'll finish by saying this. My grandfather, James Clenant, lived to be 120 years old. I went to Khankhwagut, I went by him. Ahwawuz, I asked him, Please, I said, Grandpa, how do we know about the salmon people? This is what he said to me. He said, oh, go to the riverbank. I said, what for? Go to where the salmon are. was it, I said, what am I going to do? He said, go to the riverbank and ask them about how we learn about the Salmon people. He said, they will talk to you, they'll tell you about them. That, when I realized what he was saying, was scientific in nature. When a biologist takes a salmon and begins to look at the salmon, there are so many things that that salmon will tell the biologist. That is scientific. There's no ata-o-blipane. And the reason I'm saying what I'm saying today for anybody, but especially for our young people, our Tlingit people had an educational system. Today they call it traditional knowledge. It's not traditional knowledge. It is educational knowledge. It's knowledge that has been proven, that has been documented, that has been used for us to successfully settle this land. Without the knowledge of the environment of our people who were scientists, we would have never been able, as anthropologists have said, and with respect to a lot of the studies that have been done today, that the Tlingit people have been here for 10,000 years. That is a long time. That's not our finding. That's an independent study of us as a people that settled here. And without that knowledge of the land and the earth, our people would never have been successful. We've come through many ice ages, through many floods, through many natural disasters, earthquakes, big landslides. It's in our stories. We've come through them. But how did we come through it? Wooch-een. But more than anything else, it was a spirit, the spirit of never giving up, the spirit of sticking with it, the spirit of keeping on regardless of the circumstance. So it's important in the spirit world, and it works both ways. It isn't just a positive spirit. If I have a negative spirit, that will have its impact on me. So it's important for us to remember that. Thank you very much. This is some of the thoughts that I have on my mind. And when I say Anyat Kusani, the word for me means most precious, most special, very unique children of the earth. And when you look at us as a people and what we have, there's other people like ourselves. But in reality, when it comes to Southeast Alaska, there has been nothing like the Tlingit, the Haida, and the Tsimshian people. Our artwork fills in almost every country, and our stories and our language is continuing on today. So thank you very much. Have a great, great, great day. Thank you.